Today, let's talk about hidden anxiety. An anxiety that isn't seen, it's not superficial or obvious, but it exists and it affects our lives. Don't you think that these days we could say that anxiety may be the real pandemic? Many of us, regardless of age, are anxious. We could really call this the age of anxiety. Every day I get calls from young and old, people of all ages saying that they are either worried about the future, about their lives, they are anxious about what might happen to them, they have panic attacks, etc. It's like an epidemic. So let's talk about it today a little deeper. But before I begin, on this note, I have a confession to make. When you look at me, you could say I'm one of those people who seem to have it all together. People who know me say I get a lot done, I never miss a deadline, and I am always punctual. I may be hard on myself and sometimes on others too. They also say that I set very high standards, which I seem to succeed at and meet always. So, would you say I have anxiety? No. Yet, once you scratch the surface, I have to confess, I go through a roller coaster of emotions and fear that can keep me up at night. But these symptoms aren't obvious and they don't really impact my functioning, I think. So then, could we say that some of us are both high achievers and anxious? I mean, I don't have a racing heartbeat, panic attacks, increased blood pressure, or a phobia. Though the symptoms I have are perfectionism, being extremely organized, highly self-critical, that's the Virgo in me, quick to anger when things don't go as planned. And of late I notice foot tapping. Foot tapping. It's ridiculous. Of course, I'm quick to notice it and I immediately try to stop it. And that, I think, is the key. To notice and accept that this is the hidden anxiety that no one notices and talks about. But this can turn into compulsive behaviors and we begin to avoid and escape situations and people. And that certainly interferes with our healthy relationships. It's a heavy price to pay for something that can be easily addressed and eliminated. So look at the areas of your life and seek professional help. It's not a stigma, it's an intelligent thing to do. By doing that, you will learn to cope by using adaptive strategies that on your own you probably don't even know. That will decrease your counterproductivity and your behaviors and help you discover new perspectives for functioning as a whole human being, using all your faculties, all your strengths, and all your positivity and potential. I'm saying it again. Take help from a counselor, a therapist, or a healer. But do it. As Nike would say, just do it. Cheers and talk to you soon again.
That was this week's episode for the Cellular Alchemist podcast.